Welcome to the Commoners of D&D Isle of the Tiger mini campaign. Obviously, I'm not Seth Templin.
But I am.
He is here. He is present. And
not our forever DM this time.
That's right. He finally gets to play.
Thank goodness.
Finally gets to play. And I'm at the helm for I don't know how long this will last. We're going to play a few games of it. And really the point of this is to use all Tiger Skull stuff.
Tiger Skull!
Yeah!
So obviously this episode is brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG. Tiger Skull RPG offers monthly 3D printable miniatures complete with 5e stats, digital illustrations, and loot cards, everything you need for fully realized NPC encounters. And it's not just miniatures, stats, digital illustrations, and loot cards anymore. He's branching out, and we're using some prototype stuff here. The Isle of the Tiger map / world. So that should be, if it's not by the time you hear this, it should be on his website shortly. So anyway, you can check that out.
While you're on his website, you
Well,
should
yes, that is
go
right.
ahead and try to buy some STLs.
Yeah, some STL
files.
print files.
And you could probably get a little bit of money off with a nice little code of ours.
What's that code?
Commoners 15, all caps. Commoners 15.
That's
For
right.
15% off.
Yeah, 15 minutes could save you 15% on all D&D STL files.
Maybe not even 15 minutes. Like, it
Yeah.
depends on how quick your internet is, really.
I mean, hopefully you can write Commoners 15 faster than 15,
In 15 minutes, right, yeah. So, anyway, check them out, tigerskullrpg.com and patreon.com/tigerskullrpg. But with that, we're going to jump right into this game. We don't have a session 0, but we have a little intro we're going to do, some character intros and a world intro. So, I'm going to do that real quick. So, this is the Isle of the Tiger.
It's the Isle of the Tiger. It's the thrill of the fight.
Every time we say it, it'll have to happen. Okay, so the Isle of the Tiger is named because of its shape. The first cartographers to make a map of the island found that the main island and its smaller counterparts create a shape that looks like a tiger's skull. The island is home to many different types of people of all races and backgrounds. It serves as a hub for those traveling the seas and those transporting goods as well. Its location and size make it the perfect place for ships traveling from the mainland to port for resupply, or to drop off travelers heading in a different direction, or to pick up or deliver goods going to and from the mainland. The port cities are very exciting, as there is always a fresh crop of interesting people bustling about and merchants selling wares from near and far. River's End is one of the most popular inland ports because of its importance to the inland villages and shipping their goods, and also because of its cheerful people and quaint aesthetic. Many local artisans, bakers, and performers draw in those traveling from afar seeking adventure, as well as those passing through for business. River's End isn't just another stop on the journey, it's a treasure nestled into an inlet off of the Coldwater Cross on the banks of the Eastern River. River's End is also home to the headquarters of one of the biggest trading companies in the business, Mid-Oceanic Logistics. A large portion of what goes on as far as import, export, shipping, and travel is done by Mid-Oceanic Logistics, or MOL. It is owned by Lord Ricard Marquis. People often make the joke that Marquis has more power than any government official, and they all answer to him. While this may not be completely true, Marquis is a very powerful man. His business keeps the Isle operating at full potential. Farmers, artisans, and others rely on his company to get their goods where they need to go. Consumers of goods not produced on the island rely on MOL to bring those things in from their native locations, and travelers and tourists bring in business for all the local business owners that help keep their shops open. With the island's economy at his fingertips, it's obvious why Marquis's friends in high places always seem to pull the necessary strings to do his bidding and keep him happy. Now, Lord Marquis has a lot of people at his disposal to take care of anything he may need. He has a few, though, that he refers to as specialists. These are his elites that are the best at what they do, whether it be investigating or gathering information, logistics and security, sales and marketing, enforcing, knowing the law, doing experiments / engineering. Some of these work in-house and others travel a bit, but that is where we find our players today, and they will each do a character intro as they are each a specialist for Lord Marquis, and we will start with Seth.
I am Rafa Matsil. I came to the Isle of the Tiger when I was very young. Orphaned and alone, I stowed away onto a ship and was dumped in River's End when I was found. I spent the next 5 years living on the streets, stealing and scheming for my food and a place to sleep at night. One unfortunate, or perhaps fortunate day, I was finally captured, and not being able to pay my fine, the local law decided to remove my hands. From the milling crowd, Lord Marquis called out and offered to pay my fine. I was handed over to him, and he began working me to pay him back. In his services I have learned many skills, and through his cunning I have grown to deeply respect him. He uses me to find out information on his opponents, and to just be a quiet arrow if he needs it.
All right, very good. Now moving to Cameron West.
Me?
Yep,
All right.
your turn.
Okay, here, I'm gonna pull it back up. Sorry. Right. My name is Marcus Gainsworth. I was orphaned as a child and taken in by a local monastery where I was trained in the way of the Sun Soul. When I came of age, I began to explore the world. I learned much in the way of survival. When Lord Marquis found me, he took me in as his specialist in such affairs, as well as to be his bodyguard.
Very good. Moving over to Tyrel Merle.
My name is Seeker. Not knowing where I came from or exactly how I was created, I found myself in the desert on an island I knew absolutely nothing about. I wandered around for what seemed like days until I came upon a town called River's End. There I found work as an enforcer for a human known as Lord Marquis. While doing this work, I discovered the art of creating all manner of enchanted magical items. Now, I wait till the next job.
Okay.
And that's the...
And that is where we'll go, to the next job. So, you three don't normally work together. You normally pretty much, since you're specialists, you work on your own. You do your job, you keep to yourself, and Marquis pays you well. Seth, I forgot to tell you what we've done. We've rolled for money.
Okay.
So I want you to roll D100 multiplied by 10.
Two gold.
Roll twice because I let them. Mainly because we couldn't figure out Cameron.
What to do with the zeros?
Yeah.
That's 0. So that is 60.
60.
Yep.
60
Okay,
times
so
10.
600.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Gold pieces.
Yep. Y'all are paid well. On this particular day, you have all been summoned by Lord Marquis to his office, his quarters. But you realize as you get there that you see each of each other there. You might have seen each other in passing, but you're not typically working together, but he summoned you all here at the same time.
What's your character's name again, Seth?
I am Rafa.
Rafa?
R-A-F-A. Rafa.
So the last part's the last
Rafa,
months.
Marcus,
Marcus.
and Seeker.
Seeker.
I know. Secret.
As you come into his quarters, my good men, yes, I have sent for the best. Please come in, have a seat.
Lord Marquis. He pounds his fist over his chest.
My good man.
I just, like the kind of the bow they do before a bout in like those kung fu
Yeah.
movies and stuff. Just kind of one of those. Lord Marquis. The pleasure as always.
I'll do kind of a formal bow kind of thing.
Seeker. It's very good to see you all.
It's been a while since I've seen these two.
Yes, I know you are used to working alone, but have a very specific request. It could require more than a single person going out on this quest. As you all know, we do very much business with Tigre Tobacco Farm, just north of here. The location is fairly remote, but we receive, especially during harvest time, which it is right now, we receive multiple shipments a day or at least every other day. If there is going to be any delays, we know about it. They send messengers. We've not heard from them in a week. We've not seen a shipment. We have not seen a messenger. And given their remote location, if something was to happen, it would be tough to get word here. So I've chosen 3 of my best to go investigate this matter. Expediency is key. You will all be paid well. I expect you to work together. And just bring me whatever information you are able. I do not know what to expect when you get there. But with each of your specialties, I know you are more than able to get this done.
So we've heard nothing from them.
We've heard nothing, no. Normally, if there was to be a delay or trouble on the farm, a messenger would come. The messengers are quick. They come within 24 hours or 36 hours of a breakdown or a delay.
Yes, this does seem quite unusual for a supplier as large as Tigray Tobacco. Are you expecting the worst?
I don't know what to expect. It is very concerning to me to not hear from them. We have a very good working relationship. The owner there is Edgar Dobbs. If you did not know that already, Edgar is a good friend of mine. We've been in business for years. So, regrettably, that is all the information I have to give at this time.
I will look into it at once, boss.
If he has betrayed you, what do you wish us to do?
Just report back. If you find no signs of trouble, things look normal, maybe ask a few questions, return.
What was the guy's name again?
Edgar Dobbs.
I had a few questions. You said we could ask some
Oh,
questions.
yes.
What is the name of his business? Mid-Atlantic?
Mid-Oceanic.
Oceanic, okay. You said MOL, and I was like, I like that. Atlantic.
Mid-Oceanic Logistics. Sorry, I forgot to leave time for questions. Any questions from either of you? Just world-wise
Mid-Oceanic what?
logistics.
Logistics, okay.
Not worldwide, I don't guess.
And that is
Right now, anyway.
by Lord.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Ricard.
How you spell that?
R-I-C-A-R-D.
Okay. Marquis. And then, what specialties do Marcus and Seeker have?
Marcus's
How you
Logistics.
spell Marcus? K or C?
C.
U.S.
Yes.
Okay. Logistics.
Yeah, Logistics Department, Security. And
Seeker.
Seeker is Enforcer.
Enforcer.
Here,
Edgar Dobbs works for
He owns the
Integrity Farms.
Tigray Tobacco Farm.
How do you spell that?
Integrity.
T-I-G-R-E.
Moved on out to a Colorado farm.
T what?
T-I-G-R-E. It would have a ch over the E.
T-I-G-R-E.
Yeah.
Also,
Alright, what's-
tiger just spelled weird.
It's that's Spanish for tiger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's your guys' job, Rafa? Rafa the like navigator?
No, I am very much spy and sneaking and assassinating, that sort of thing.
He's a
Quiet.
spy.
I'm an infiltrator.
Investigator. Okay, any other questions?
And then you're an enforcer.
Enforcer, yeah.
So you're this company being logistics, you do travel, you do import export, you do shipping, anything to do with delivering things. So the company would own lots of docks here, different towns, not just in Rivers End where you are now. They have docks all over, boats coming in, they're making money off of whatever. And where this island is, the location is it's a fairly remote island, but it's on a major like trade route throughway of the ocean. So boats may come here, drop things, and go back to the mainland. They don't go. This is like a hub. So think of it as like where you would lay over on an airplane, you might come here. But people also like there's tourism here. There's lots of interesting people here. It's just a melting pot.
Is Tigray considered in Rivers End, just kind of further away, or is it?
Tigray is this here.
Oh, okay. And how many days away is that?
This each square is 25 miles.
Okay.
So you're looking at probably 24 hours of travel. This is the road.
25, 50, 75 miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
about a day's worth of travel, especially with sleeping. Marcus would know the shortcut.
Yeah.
So the road that is marked on the map and on the dashed line there,
Yeah.
which is, okay, here's River's End. We would go up this way and then cut across. This is the major trade route. This is where all the foot traffic and the cart traffic goes. You know of a way that follows, this is the East River. It follows the river and through the wood. Now, you know that this is it's a smaller trail. It's not near as trafficked. It's only for foot traffic and for people on horseback. But you would know that it would cut some time down.
So it goes west and then it goes north through the woods?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Across
follows
the river and through the woods.
Yeah.
To grandmother's house we go.
Follows the river to that body of water there, and then would go straight north to the tobacco farm, and that would be what's used by like messengers coming from the tobacco farm, used by anybody that doesn't want to use the main road. It has its own advantages, disadvantages, as it's a little bit more dangerous. It's for people that are, light on their feet, know how to travel at a good pace, whereas the main road, the only thing you might have to worry about is some robbers or bandits. But through the woods, you never know.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so instead of going that way, we just go like...
Yep, just like that.
Just over the river and then through the woods?
Yep.
Okay.
To Tigre's house we go.
Over the river and through the woods.
So, if you do not have any further questions, we would ask that you be on your way as quickly as possible. It's probably late morning, 10, 11 o'clock at this time.
Will you be supplying our means of travel, or shall we bring our own?
That's a good question. AJ would... I guess
are
Marquis
you
would travel.
are you wanting horses? Do you want to travel on foot?
It'd probably be definitely faster
Yeah,
with horses.
we definitely want. I guess, yeah, Marquis would probably supply us with horses then.
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
If you would like horses, you are more than welcome to the horses.
Alright. I know a shortcut through the woods. If you'll follow me, then I guess I'll take off towards the stables.
Do y'all want to get any gear? What do you have? Is there anything you want to ask about having?
That is a good question. Can we spend any gold to get prepared for
You can spend gold, and there's also things that would be available to you as this guy has a lot of money, he has a lot of resources.
Yeah.
So if there's anything specific that y'all would like to have outside of like magical items, stuff like that.
Oh, yes, before I go, do you have any particular maybe vestments that would add some protection for me, or perhaps a sword that would be a little sharper than my current one?
I don't think so, but you pretty much own the best already. But if you want to swing by the defensive department, they might have something they can give you. I don't know. Go talk to Jeeves downstairs.
I gotta talk to Jeeves. I will be waiting for you both outside.
I would be interested in procuring a few poisons or sleep poisons, that sort of thing.
Oh, yes, of course. Jeeves does always
Jeeves
have those things, yes.
Jeeves is the man.
Seeker,
I believe I'm fine right now.
as always, my good man. All right, away you go. Do what you do best.
Lord Mikey.
I guess I've already, been
Going to
heading-
Jeeves?
Yeah, I went to Jeeves.
I will follow.
You see a small halfling man. He keeps a very tight ship down here. If you want to think of like where things get confiscated in like the police department, like everything is filed away, everything's very neat, just rows and rows of things, and you're very familiar with him, and he's scurrying around down here as usual, putting things where they go.
Jeeves.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, Sir Marcus. Yes. What can I do for you?
I don't suppose you have any vestments that might offer me some extra protection, or maybe that would help me to move around quietly. Perhaps any weapons have come in recently.
I don't think there's anything new. Nothing that I wouldn't have shown you last time. I have a few potions and things like that. If you would like to try those things.
Yes, I could use a few potions for my travels.
Oh yes. What would you like?
Do you have any of healing?
I believe I have 5. 5 just came in this morning.
We will need to divide them up. I suppose I will take 2 of them.
Okay, you're more than welcome to 2 of them.
Oh yeah. Do you use any potions?
Yeah.
How does a robot use
Warforged,
potions?
they do. They have all the same stuff that.
No, Rafa, sir, how are you today?
I am well, Master Jeeves.
Can I do anything for you?
I was hoping to get a few poisons or sleeping potions.
Ah, poisons, yes.
Perhaps a potion of invisibility, if you have it.
Oh, step into my office. And he goes around into kind of a dark corner, and there's actually like a safe that's dark colored, and he quickly unlocks it, gets inside. Okay, well, what would the guy? Let me see here. Let me see. I do have 1 potion of invisibility. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
Okay. He hands it to you. I have 2 weaker poisons here. Would you like them as well?
Yes, if you
Okay.
do not mind.
He gives you 2 poisons. I don't know what a normal poison would do.
Okay.
Remember to bring a few potions of healing.
Are you wanting to like apply it to a weapon?
If I can, yeah.
Okay, I'll say that.
We can look up how that is
Yeah, I
usually
was gonna
done.
say just add a D4 or something. Is that all for you, Master Rafa?
I suppose I will take 1 potion of healing.
1? Okay, yes, absolutely.
How much do I owe you?
Oh, nothing as usual, of course not. Everything is provided for by Lord Marquis. Seeker, anything for you? My good man, he always scares me. How are you today?
Fine. I think I'll take a healing potion.
Okay, I have 2 left. You like both?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, you're more than welcome to them. Wouldn't want anything to happen to you.
I'm starting to sound like the ghouls from Fallout.
Hey, smooth skin.
Yeah.
What's the matter? Never seen a ghoul before.
So, is that all for you, gentlemen?
It is all for me.
Alright, I must be off then.
Thank you, Master Jeeves.
He scurries away behind some other shelves.
I am very Japanese.
Okay. So, now you're looking to get some horses?
If you'll follow me this way to the stables, gentlemen.
Okay.
And I guess lead us to the stables. Unless there's other stuff they need to do.
Headed to the stables?
Sure.
There is a large, darker-skinned man out there, and he's sweeping up around the horses. The horses are very well kept. They would be expensive horses if you were to pay for them. And this man's name is Dave. And he sees Marcus coming. Marcus, my friend.
Dave. I guess I clasp him by the hand.
Yeah,
Give him
good firm shake.
Yeah.
You're looking to procure some horses for the day.
It appears we'll need 3 this time. He's sending myself, Rafa, and Seeker here, all over to Tigray Farms. It seems they have not sent us any tobacco lately or any word on a delay. He's worried.
Sounds very ominous. Let's take are you taking the low road?
What would the shortcut be called?
Yeah, it'd be the low road.
Yes, of course.
Okay, take the 3 horses on the end. They've just been recently shoed. So everything should be good to go there. There's 3, just jet black horses on the end. They each have a slightly different colored, styled saddles on them. So you're more than welcome to take those 3 horses.
Oh yeah, we never did describe our characters.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you all that.
Okay, this would be a great time as you're hopping on your horse to describe your character, Tyrel.
Seeker is a kind of brass and black, black armored warforged with brass kind of trim around the edges, with blue runes that are like etched into the armor and his staff, and he has a black cloak around the back of his back and over his head currently.
Okay, Cameron.
It's kind of like kind of a more tan, olive-skinned man with close cropped dark hair and a clean-shaven face. He's in just plain, almost commoners-looking clothes. He doesn't stand out very much.
Okay.
with just a like kind of a short sword on his belt and nothing else really that stands out.
Rafa is a tall, lean, dark-skinned man. He has kind of wiry, bushy hair. He wears a dark cloak that he can pull over, and it also has a cowl that he can pull up to hide his face so that he can slip into shadows a bit more.
A shifty character.
Shifty man. That's a picture that I found.
Like a Calvin Klein model.
He's a good looking guy. Okay, so are we headed out?
Sure.
I am prepared.
Okay. With Marcus at the helm. You head out. I do not know how fast you can travel on horseback. How fast are you traveling on horseback?
I mean, I'd say we're sparing the horses. We're not just riding them into the ground, but
Right.
I think it's actually like 10 miles a day is about all you can do.
On a horse?
I think so.
It's slower than regular?
I think you can only go like 8 or so walking. Hold on.
I mean,
That's-
walking
that's-
speed is like 3 miles an hour.
yeah, that's kind of silly. Like,
Yeah, I was assuming that like
yeah, I'd assume a horse would be about
one
like,
one square on there would be like an 8 hours is what I was picturing. I was going to say on a horse it would be slightly faster.
yeah, probably like if you're just going at a decent canter, that's probably at least like 8 miles an hour.
But I will say that this road, it's pretty rocky, and a lot of it is kind of like along the river, and you're on steeper slopes, shelf rock type of stuff.
48 miles in 8 hours. Is
48 miles an hour
On a horse?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so would you like to travel the whole day? Or, I mean, until dark? Do you want to travel through night? What would you like to do?
And I guess I'm taking them down the low road. How long would that take? How many?
Well, if we're
squares?
talking, okay.
There's River's End, and we're
It's-
going. Where's Tigray?
Okay.
There's
We
Tigray.
got 25, 50. I guess it's probably about 60 miles. You said you can make that in 8 hours? Okay.
48. About 50 miles a day.
In 8 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's about all. You're only supposed to travel that much, I think. Or you'll
8
hurt
hours on a horse.
you'll-
Okay.
yeah, that's-
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we make it to like a decent little clearing then, and then bed down for the night, right? Like not quite there.
Let's say you make it. The road would travel along the left side of the river here. So if you want to camp at this lake, probably be a good spot.
Yeah.
It is autumn, fall of the year. The sun does go down sooner than it normally would, so 6, 7 o'clock probably at this point.
I would like to go out and try to catch us some food with my.
In the lake?
No, out in the woods.
Okay.
Or just looking for some deer or
Oh,
something.
yeah, I'm the survival guy, but I don't have any kind of bow to hunt with or anything.
Well, I guess make
I guess.
a survival check.
I guess would you say I could try and make like some kind of cane pole and try and fish?
Sure.
15 on survival.
15 on survival check? Okay.
All right, then I guess should I do it too?
Go ahead while you're at the same time.
Oof. I'm proficient in survival though, so
Okay, Rafa, you are able to find some tracks, something hooved. If you want to follow the tracks, they lead slightly away. Okay.
Try to sneak up on them.
Okay, make a perception check.
23.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You sneak 15, 20 minutes maybe, and you're finding some fresher and fresher tracks, and sure enough, you see them grazing in what looks like probably going to be a bedding area. They look like they're getting ready to bed down for the night, some type of small deer. What would you like to do?
I would like to look for one of them that is a bit away from the pack. Perhaps a smaller, weaker one.
Okay, there's one a little bit closer to you than the rest of them.
No need to damage the herd by feeding us 3. I wonder if Sika even eats. I do not know.
Actually, I do not.
Okay, if you want, what are you attacking it with?
I will
your,
pull
your
my
bow.
longbow, yes.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Am I hidden? And
Yeah, it has no idea you're there. It's just chewing on some grass.
25.
That would definitely hit. Just a beautiful flight of the arrow straight behind the shoulder, and the animal runs toward the other deer into the clearing. The deer kind of scatter and it falls in about probably 75 yards from where you shot it.
I will go and field dress it.
Okay, make another survival check.
5.
Okay, I mean you know what you're doing, but for some reason you don't know if it's the pressure or the darkness, whatever.
I did not sharpen my knife this morning.
Yeah, it's a dull knife. It's not such a great job, but I mean you get a good 80% of the meat off of it that you would normally get. It's a smaller deer, but it'll definitely be enough to feed you.
I sling it across my shoulder and head back to our camp.
Okay. You all see your friend walking up with a good pack of meat on his back.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Seems you got us quite the meal there.
I found something. I do not know if you eat or partake in human food.
I don't even require it, honestly.
Well, it is a good thing I chose something small.
What did you roll on your fishing check over there?
13 total.
Okay. You spend a lot of your time kind of trying to eat it. You forgot to bring a pole, so you're kind of snapping off some branches and stuff, and you make shift some line and make another survival check. See if you can catch one.
All right. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20!
All right, you catch a very large fish. It is bowing you over. You're struggling with it. Make a strength check.
Strength check?
Yeah, do it. Do
All
it.
right.
I mean, athletics if you want. If
Athletics?
That's,
Yeah, okay. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
It gets away.
The rod comes out of your hands, and you just watch the line, rod, and all swim to the bottom of this lake, which is extremely cold and extremely clear, but it's so deep and so fast that it's just black. Without the blue sky above, this is just black water, and you just see your rod shoot down in the water.
Well, it's a good thing one of us had some luck.
It should feed us for a day or two.
All right, are you cooking it, or
I will, if no one else will.
make another survival check?
I am not very good at this. 16.
Oh yeah, you cook it just fine. I mean, maybe it's not the best meat you ever eaten, but it is definitely cooked thoroughly, and
I am no gourmand. Just trying to keep us alive.
Well, that's all that matters out here.
all right. So
What brought you into the service of Lord Maki?
Well, I woke up and I didn't even know where I was anymore. Or who I was, for that matter. I wandered around in the desert for weeks. And finally came upon River's End.
So Sika was not your birth name, I would assume.
I don't even know I've even had a name.
How did you come to work for Lord Maki if you had no knowledge of your prior life?
He found my abilities to be useful.
And those abilities are? I would assume someone made of metal, as you appear to be, would not be as quiet as someone like myself.
Well, let's just say I'm good at making things.
What sort of things? I play around a bit with alchemy myself, but
I create magical items in particular.
that is very interesting. Anything in particular that you're good at, or do you make all sorts of things? Or?
Yeah, when if we get to fight something, then I think I'll come in handy, maybe.
I am sure you will. And you?
I came to him for mercenary work. I spent much time traveling in my youth after I left my monastery, but I only found a good source of money when I came to Lord Marquis.
Is money all that is holding you with him?
Not particularly, but I just need a job, really. And he pays exceptionally well.
Well, gentlemen, it is good to know you and to be known by you.
Likewise.
Same.
Anything else you would like to do before bedding down?
Do you sleep?
I'll kind of like walk over like to like where I can see like a whole view of the camp, and I'll just stand there and kind of just stand up straight and kind of just sit there, stand there.
You just zone out?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I will take first watch since he is already asleep.
Like everything looks normal. Like he's like just standing there. Like he's still awake.
Are you watching over me? Can I sleep, or do I need to take a turn?
I can stay awake forever, more or less.
That is very useful.
I wish I could do that.
Please give a shout if anything comes within view that you do not trust or like.
So, real quick. Warforged have this ability called Sentry's Rest. And what it does, it says when you take a long rest, you must spend at least 6 hours in inactive, motionless state, rather than sleeping. In this state, you appear inert, but it doesn't render you unconscious, and you can see and hear everything is normal.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So you're just our watchman for our rest.
I'm the Sentry.
Nice.
Okay.
I will pop up my tent and...
Oh, you have a tent.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Seeker should make a perception check for the first watch of the night.
I hope you are good at this.
Perception, I am proficient with that. That is a 12.
12. Okay. Where you're bedded down, this lake is actually up a very steep grade, and there's a river pouring into it from the other way. It's all the Eastern River, but the river pours into the lake. It's just a massive pool. You can barely see across it. But then it drops off, and where you are is kind of, you can hear a waterfall from where you are. The water falls out of the lake. And you know that this is Lake Oscuro, and there are many native species. And you hear the occasional nighttime bird, you hear the crickets and the frogs, but above all of that, ever so often you hear wah. And then you'll wait a few seconds, and then in a slightly different location, wah. And these sounds vary. What?
Ducks.
You don't know.
Yeah.
But you just hear that occasionally. But it seems like it's a call and response. And some of them sound slightly different. Sometimes it goes, there's multiple sounds in a row. Sometimes there's just one. Make another perception check for the second watch of the night. There are 3 watches of the night, right? 8-hour shifts.
That's really good. 19.
4-hour shifts. Yeah, you're still hearing this strange noise. But this time you think you hear even more than 2 call and response. It just wah, 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 wah. It seems almost like they're on all sides of you. Make one more perception check. They don't get any closer. It's just there. It's just you just notice it above all the other noise.
9.
9. I mean, you continue to hear it every once in a while, but it seems to slack off as the sun begins to rise. And here we are at the dawn of day 2 of the journey. You're over halfway there. Shouldn't be tough at all to make it this day.
I will find a private place to relieve myself in the morning.
Okay.
And I will remember to sharpen my hunting knife.
Okay.
As they both wake up.
Did either of you hear strange noises in the night?
No, I slept quite well.
I heard Marcus snore, but that is about it.
I don't know what it was, but I kept hearing weird noises.
I look around. Do I see anything?
No. Couple birds lighting in trees.
Do I hear
swooping
the
through.
noise that he described? No?
No.
Well, we're not very far from the farm now. We should get a move on.
You said you're not from here, so maybe it's just some sort of wildlife that you are not accustomed to.
It did sound like some sort of creature of some sort. I'm not exactly familiar with it, no.
I will
guess
mount
we-
up my horse.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Headed out.
Yep. Roll.
Okay, not far along in the day, so you camped just below the lake there. There's a narrow portion of the water just below the waterfall that there's a small bridge. It's only probably 6 or 8 feet across, and it's a little while long. You can see it right here as I remove that. Seeker, make another perception check.
That would have been a 17. That's a 3. That's a 7.
A 7. You start hearing wah once again.
Do I hear anything?
Yeah, everybody can make a perception check. He is hearing it specifically because he's heard it already.
There's that noise again.
18.
18. Sure enough, you kind of slow down on your horse and you hear wah.
20, not natural.
Do we recognize the sound? We've lived here for a good.
Make a history
15
check.
years or
just,
so.
Just for fun. Or make a nature check, whichever your choice. History or nature.
Can I make a nature check?
Sure.
17 history.
Nat 20 nature.
Nat 20 nature.
Goodness.
It sounds a lot like a frog, but it sounds more intelligent than a frog. You've probably heard of creatures, very large frog-like creatures that have been seen on this road, but you don't very much know much about them. You just think they're probably myth, legend.
Sounds like some strange frog creature I've heard about before. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Let's keep moving.
Get a marching order as you cross the bridge.
I guess I'm taking point. I'm leading them
Okay,
to the farm.
if you want to place your minis up there.
I would like to be last.
No. Okay, yeah. All right, so you're coming from this way. Yeah,
Oh, wait, no, I
that's
guess-
good.
Oh, which way are we going?
No, I was picturing the other way, but it really doesn't matter.
Oh.
You tell us where we're coming from.
Yeah, go from this way. That works. Yeah, we can reach better.
So y'all are headed right out there.
So we're going this way?
Yeah, I mean, I would think you probably wouldn't be very comfortable having multiple horses like on the bridge at the same
Yes,
time.
I am going to wait back a bit.
Oh, is it a rock bridge?
Yeah, it's kind of it's not as eloquent as it looks in the pictures. It's kind of just a makeshift.
Kind of a rickety rock bridge.
Yeah, it's
falling
piled up
apart.
rock and dirt, just things people have kind of
Tossed in
put
the
together.
water.
Yeah, and just kind of made it work.
Yeah.
But there's water kind of flowing under it. They've constructed it in a way that water can pass through so it doesn't wash the bridge out. So if you're entering the bridge first, make a perception check.
Perception?
Yep.
That is let's see, 17 plus 6, 23.
Okay. Sorry, just a second. $23.
23.
Okay, you see, as you start coming onto this bridge, you see a very large frog-ish creature crouched at the far end, kind of under the bridge where the water's coming through, with just his head sticking up out of the water. And you look left, and there's another one sitting there as well.
They're on like either side of the bridge at the end?
Yeah, with just their eyes and their head kind of poked up out of the water.
Alright. I guess I just... Oh.
What just happened?
Oh. This thing brushed against my hand.
Oh, you think it was a bug?
Kind of startled me, yeah.
The frog really scared him.
Yeah, that frog scared the crap out of me, dude.
Okay, so
I have like frogophobia.
what would you like to do?
I guess I'm going to... how far away from me are they?
They're 20, 30 feet.
About 30 feet, you say?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna go ahead and fire off my like sunburst thing from my hand at one of them.
Okay.
I thought you said there were nothing to worry about.
May as well drive them off.
I'm going to let you... I would say just roll initiative at this point.
All right. Do I get that attack off? Just
I'll
roll
let
my-
you get the attack off.
All right. That would be 10 plus 7, 17 to hit one.
17 would definitely hit.
All right, and that's a D6 plus 4 of radiant damage.
Like a D6.
So that's 7 damage to one of to that
7
frog.
damage. Okay.
I guess it'll be the one on the right, on my right, as I'm coming down the bridge.
As he gets this blast off, you two would be able to see 4 frog-like creatures, one on each side of the bridge here, and 2 spring up out of the weeds right here. And
Are they on the bridge?
no, they're in the water just below the bridge. These are in the edge of the water where those rocks are, weeds. Okay, let me get these real quick.
And I guess now I'll roll my initiative.
How far apart are they? Like right here?
20 feet, it looks like.
We're gonna use those squares as legit, so however many squares are there, can you tell?
15, 20, it's like 20. Looks like 20 feet, I think.
20 feet?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it looks like about 20 feet to me.
15, 15 from there.
Okay. 25 to 20?
Let me roll my initiative. That is plus my dex would be 17 for my initiative.
17?
I have
Okay.
19.
Okay. $17 for Marcus. Okay, Seth, what did you get?
8.
8, okay. How do you spell your name?
RAFA.
Okay.
It means shadow.
In what language?
I don't remember.
Okay, the one on the left, you fired the one on the right, right?
I fired at the one that was to my right, my character's right. I fired at this one.
Okay. You did 7 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the one on the left is going to,
Which one?
the one on your left. Well, it's my left. That one, yeah.
That one.
He is going to jump straight up onto the bridge.
Okay.
So he lands
Kind of
next to you there, and he's going to try to hit you with his spear
Okay.
twice. Well, no, he's going to hit you with his spear once. Okay, that is 17 naturally. It would be plus 3. So
that just hits then.
that just hits. Okay, 20 just hits.
Yeah, I've got defensive duelist and my short sword is finesse. I add
Dang.
my proficiency to that, so my AC is basically 20.
Okay, well he is stabbing
22.
two-handed, so he gets a D8.
That's nice. Yeah. How much damage?
3 piercing damage.
3 piercing damage.
Yep, and then he's also going to bite you. Try to. That's a 13 to hit, so he misses with that.
Okay.
And then it is Seeker's turn.
Okay. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Fairy
Right in the
Fire.
center of the bridge.
Okay, so
would that hit me too?
It's creatures I think that you want.
Yeah, it's
so
any
it,
creature in the area when the spell's cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, so yes, you too.
all of them are fairy fired.
They have dexterity.
They have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Alright, so I guess I'll make one too.
Yeah. But you should be fine. You should be.
Hopefully.
You're a monk. You should be.
Right.
Okay. There's
Rask needs a new pair of sandals. 14 plus
I don't have anything
7.
above an 8 except for a natural 20.
Okay. The natural 20 passes, but the other ones all fail.
Okay, I'm gonna say the one my bottom left, the one closest to Seeker there, on my left, that one is not fairy fired.
Okay.
Did you pass?
Yeah, I rolled a 21.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Is that your whole turn, Seeker?
Bonus action, I'm going to throw out my Eldritch Cannon onto the ground.
But it can't shoot this turn?
No, it can.
It can?
As
Okay,
a bonus
go ahead.
action, I can activate it.
Go ahead.
It's going to move. Let's see.
Here, use a D4.
It's going to move back to there, and it's going to fire at this one. Let's see.
This is the one that passed.
Yes.
That's
7.
15 to hit.
15 just hits?
Yep. And that's 2d8 damage. 5 and 3. That's 8 damage.
8 damage to which one?
To that one.
The one on the right?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you use advantage?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
See if you roll a 20.
Wait, how do you have advantage?
Fairy fire.
Oh,
And now
very
it's
fire.
5.
Nice.
5, okay. We are to Marcus again.
All right. That one that I hit earlier, I'm going to take a swing, a stab at it with my short sword.
Okay.
This one's still on the ground. I don't think you can hit it.
Oh yeah, the one that.
Yeah, it didn't jump up there. Well,
Okay.
What are you trying to hit it with?
Oh, never mind. I'll hit the one that's up there with.
Okay,
me then.
yeah.
I'm gonna make a stab at it with my short sword.
Yeah.
Nat 1.
Oh, that just definitely does not hit. Well, you got advantage if it's fairy fired.
Oh yeah, I do. Okay, never mind. And that is 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right, so I stab it with my short sword. That's a D6. 5 plus. Let's see. I'm sorry. 5 plus 4. 9 damage to that one that stabbed me.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm also going to make a my punch, my like bonus action punch.
Okay.
So, and that is 24 to hit,
Yeah, it definitely hits.
and that is 7 damage to it.
7 more damage.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's all I'll do for now.
That's all you can do. Okay. Now it is the one on the right side of the bridge up by Marcus. He's going to leap up onto the bridge.
Okay.
Straight up. He can jump very high. And he's going to try to stab you. That misses. And then he's going to try to bite you. That's cocked. Okay, a 19 plus
Okay, that hits.
3. 22, yeah. Okay. This was the bite. Oh, sorry, it's 1d4, not a d6. 5 damage from a bite.
Okay.
So you see his large, way above average sized head just chomps down on your arm, leaves a nasty slime, and then he gives a wah, and Seeker would realize this is the sound he's been hearing, is these dudes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now it is bottom left, the one down there. He's going to leap up onto the bridge, and he's going to attack Seeker with a spear. That is a 15 to hit. Okay, he's also going to try to bite. That is a 21 to hit.
That hits. I'm going to use shield.
He's going to use shield. Okay, then that definitely will miss. And
How do
he
you use shield?
The little circular repulsor thing right here in the middle of the hand. It just projects shield out.
Iron Man.
Pretty much.
And you see this large head just open up, and he bashes his head into your shield and kind of shakes it off. Okay, now we're going to Rafa.
I will wheel my horse around this way.
Oh yeah, you're still on a horse.
I am. How is this one looking?
The one on the left. He looks pretty bad. He's cut up. He's bleeding.
I will attack him with my longbow first.
Okay.
And because I have advantage, because he has that, I have Elven Accuracy, which gives me pretty much you roll with advantage, and then you can redo one. So just to save time, I'm going to roll 3.
Roll 3, might as well. See if you get a 20s. I mean, if you don't hit with that, that's
Yeah.
insane.
That is a
14 plus
23.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. He is next to him, so it has sneak attack. And that is 11 damage.
So you're shooting with a bow.
Yes.
You just release this arrow, and it just, I mean, straight through his neck. Doesn't stop. It pins into the riverbank on the other side, and he stands there for a second, and then falls into the water, and his body floats down.
Okay.
And he's out of here.
As a bonus action, I will use one of my Battlemaster maneuvers.
Okay.
And use my bonus action to snipe that one.
Okay. Yep.
18 plus. Nice. So I get 2d8 now because I'm using a battle maneuver. So 25 damage to that.
25 damage, and same kind of thing happens here. This arrow goes directly through the center of his head, just in a soft spot, and the arrow pins in the bank on the other side, and he falls off the bridge, floats down the river. All right.
And I will take a little bit more movement to back my horse up this way.
Nice shooting, Rafa.
Okay, there is one more, which is the one on the bottom right here. He's not climbed up yet. That turret, did he hit him? Yeah, he hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, he is confused by that. He goes, "Wah!" And he's gonna go down into the water. You don't see him for a second, and then he pops up on this side, and he's going to throw his spear at Seeker. Oh gosh, a 6. That's no good.
He should have Kobe'd, but he yeeted.
And then he's going to duck back down. He's going to go back under the bridge. So this guy is under the bridge. You can't see him. So I'm going to put him over here. And we are moving to Seeker again.
He is glowing because he has
The one that went down in the water?
Yeah.
No, that was the one that passed. No, it wasn't, because he was on that. That's right. You're right. Yeah. He's glowing in the water, so yeah, there would be a faint glow coming from under
He's
the bridge.
underwater.
He's
Not
underwater.
just
Yeah.
under the bridge.
No.
Gotcha.
Right.
The one in front of me, since he tried to stab me a while ago, the runes and both of Seeker's eyes are both starting to like turn from that blue to like a bright like ember red. And I'm gonna try to smack that one with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
That's 13 to hit.
That misses.
Yeah. Okay. Well, since that didn't work, the turret is going to try to fire at this one on the bridge. It's going to back up 15 feet too. 15, and it's going to fire.
At the one on the bridge there?
Yeah, right in front
Okay.
of me. That's 15 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay, cool. Where's my D8? What do I do with my D8? There's my D8. Okay. It's 4, 7. That's 11 damage.
11 damage to the one that's standing on the bridge. Okay, he's looking very rough. And we are to Marcus.
All right. So I'm gonna.
You still got some?
It gets pushed back 5 feet.
Oh, it gets pushed back up.
The
to
one
me
that you
then.
just hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize that. It says it
Pushing
gets
back.
pushed 5 feet.
So it's up. It's right next to me then now.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice. I don't even have to move to hit it. As it gets pushed back, I just turn around and try and stab it with my short sword.
Okay.
And that is 24 to hit.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
And that is 6 damage to it.
Okay. You whirl around just in time to see Seeker shove him off, and you just whirl your sword with your spin, and you chop his head clean off. It bounces off the bridge down into the water. Get him out of there.
All right. And then you said there's still that one that's under the bridge?
Yeah, one under the bridge.
How far down to the water is it?
It's probably 10 feet to the water.
I jump down off of the bridge into the water, and do I see that one? You said
Swept away.
You see a glow, but yeah, I would say make a dexterity saving throw as you enter the water to make sure you maintain your footing. That is very fast moving water.
Dex saving throw?
Yeah.
That would be. Let's see. That is just Dex, nothing else.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, 13.
Okay. I'm gonna say you land in the water and it's swifter than you thought. You slip, but you're able to grab onto this rock over here. So I would say that would be the end of your turn.
All right.
And now it is the one who's under the bridge's turn. And you climb up on that rock just in time to see the glow moving past your feet as he's swimming downstream. And he would get... I mean, he goes out of sight. He's flying through the water. And he goes off the screen there.
Yeah, he's out of there.
He's out of there. But that moves us to Rafa.
So he didn't ever breach the surface.
No, you can still see a slight glow, but he's moving away from you, and he's at this point about 120 feet away from you.
What's the speed of a horse?
Of the horse, I do not know. 50? 60? Probably 60.
Probably.
Look it up real quick, Ty.
I am not interested in chasing wild animals. I would like to canter over here, though, if I can find my the 2 arrows that I have.
Yeah, no problem. No problem to find your arrows. They're just glistening with blood on in the early.
There's
dew.
no body of the things they fell in the water and passed off.
Yeah, one of them was the one he cut his head off. Was still laying in the middle of the bridge.
Do they have any type of clothing or packages?
Very little clothing. They're wearing basically the equivalent to a loincloth. They have spears. The one laying in this bridge without a head, he's wearing sort of a leather belt harness thing across his chest that he would normally maybe keep a couple items in, but he does not have anything.
I will hop off my... Is combat over?
Yes. Unless you want to, for some reason, chase
no,
them.
I am.
Okay. 60, okay, that's what I figured.
At the end, I will just sort of lift the body over the edge and dump him into the water so that he can wash away with the other 2.
He does.
And I will say, as he topples over, go dance with Jack of the Shadows.
Okay, a religious guy. Okay.
I guess I jumped from that rock back to the shore.
Did anybody take any damage?
I did. Some.
Make a dex acrobatics check to get to the shore, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
That is nat 19 plus like 7.
Yeah. You make a big leap, land just ankle deep in water, and trudge your way out of there. But you're soaked pretty good from getting washed down. Your horse awaits you at the top of the bridge.
Looked like you almost got washed away.
Well, at least it only hurt my pride.
All right. The road is open, and Seeker no longer hears whap as he's riding through.
Well, those things were definitely the things I was hearing last night.
Yes, they're a local nuisance.
Strange creatures.
There are a great many strange things on Tiger Skull Island.
If y'all want to move your minis off, we'll put the map back up.
Yeah, someone give me Liu Kang.
Okay. At this point, I'd say you're...
Almost there.
Yeah, I mean, you were halfway there, traveling about 6 hours, so I would say about 6 hours of this day, if y'all just want to fast forward and get there, that's good.
Unless there's like another encounter.
No, there wasn't. Okay, so you're moving along through a small stand of trees, and you come along, you see the road that is the cart, the route, the trade route. There's no one around, but you have intercepted the road, and as you look toward the horizon, you see just barely a couple rooftops and just some wide open fields where you know that the farm is. So,
Yeah. Does anything look wrong with it, or is it all...
you see a couple little pillars of smoke rising, but it's normal. I mean, it would be normal to see
It's like
some
chimney
fires.
smoke.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be.
Strange. I wonder why they wouldn't have sent any word. Nothing appears out of the ordinary. I guess I ride in to the farm.
Okay. As
What
you
is the plan? Are we just going to go look for Edgar Dobbs? Or are we going to poke around a bit? What?
I suggest we speak to Edgar. He'll be able to offer us an explanation.
If he is here, and if He is still friend, yes.
There's only one way to find out.
We have to do a little interrogation, possibly.
Are we passing by houses?
No, not yet. This place is extremely remote. The people live pretty primitively. They live off the land a lot. They operate pretty much just as a large family. They eat together, they work together, they gather together.
It's kind of sharecropping.
Yeah, it's about 40, 50 men and then their families.
Everyone here is family. It's not.
Yeah.
There's no community aside from the family.
No,
Okay.
it's pretty much just a family working. I mean, they may not all be related, but they're just working out here and living off the land and making good money off their tobacco farm. The tobacco they grow here is a fairly rare variety. It's very desirable even on the mainland, not just on the Isle. So
Some of that there wacky tobacco.
yeah, it's you know that it's really good stuff, and that it's worth a pretty penny.
Yeah.
It's worth a pretty penny anywhere that you would find it for sale. So
How much for an ounce, man?
20 gold. All right.
I would like to just pull my hood up.
Okay.
My cowl will remain down, but I'm keeping my head bent and I'm just shifting my eyes back and forth, looking around
Okay.
as we pull in.
As you're sauntering in on your horses, stuff starts to look strange. Normally you would see some, towering tobacco plants at this point this is one of the harvest seasons, and you're not seeing the tops of the crops as you think. And as you get closer, you realize that a lot of them are not there. You're looking at a burnt landscape. A lot of the fields have been burned. There's not near as many standing crops of tobacco as usual. And as you get even closer, you start making out that the houses and the buildings of the settlement look askew. The roofs are slightly burnt on some of them. Some of them are crumbled a bit. And you see nobody moving around. Nothing from this distance anyway. And you still see just a couple small pillars of smoke rising.
Don't see any people?
You see no people at this point. You're still a good ways out. It's just the horizon you can see a long ways. You're kind of coming down a hill and you can just see the village below.
How far down is it?
So you're probably half mile at this point.
Half a mile?
It's not a straight down cliff. You're just up. You're on the hill on the other side from it. So it's on the next hill and in the valley. And
Is there they have like a big house or something like
There is a large meeting area. It's not a house. There's a large courtyard. It looks like there may be a fire pit in the middle of it, and that's where one of the pillars of smoke is coming from, just a smoldering what remains in the fireplace. There's no very large buildings. There are a couple that are larger than others, and you can't tell from this distance whether it's just a bigger house or if it's serves a purpose.
We see no movement from this distance.
No movement.
Okay. Should we approach on foot from here? Perhaps a bit quieter. I would prefer if I was by myself, but
Well, you may want to go without me because I'm pretty loud.
perhaps you two should continue on, and I will come at a different angle.
Reconnoiter from the side. Sure.
Are you saying we should split the party?
I am saying that I think that I could go unseen by myself and not so much with you two. But I just give me 2 or 3 moments head start, and then you continue on straight, and I will come in from a different side. I will try to warn you if I see anything untoward.
Very well.
So I will dismount and tie off my horse, and I will kind of rub its mane a little bit as I go ahead and pull my cow up, kind of crouch down, and take off running at a crouch with my bow beside me.
Are you running just down the road? Or
No, I am coming off. I'm going to go off to the side, and I'm hoping they'll just give me 1 or 2 minutes to kind of get ahead, and so I can slow down.
Okay. There's a few scattered trees and some tall grass, so
we'll
you
head that way.
slip along rather quickly. Make a stealth check just for fun.
18.
Okay. Oh wow, you have plus 10. Okay. Yeah, you're slipping along,
Expertise.
Expertise.
slipping along very fast, and you just start moving with the grass. You're one with the landscape. And how close are you wanting to
Actually, hold on. Proficiency's 3. Yeah, 10. Sorry.
get? Okay. How close are you wanting to get to the town or to the settlement?
Probably 80 feet or so.
80 feet. Okay. From this angle that you put the buildings are fairly close together, but they're spaced out enough you can kind of see between them as you're coming up closer and moving alongside. You're peering in between a couple of the buildings, and you're still not seeing any movement, but you are seeing a lot of debris. There's what looks like possibly makeshift weapons laying on the ground. There's a patch behind one of the building, or a spot on the wall of the building where it looks like blood has been splattered. It's a mess in the town. That's all you can see from this point.
If they're still not making their way there, I will go ahead and make it my way to one of the buildings if I've not seen anything that stop me, and just kind of try to stay hidden around the buildings.
Okay.
Maybe go into one to look out a window or something.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
14.
14. Okay. Then make a perception check as well.
21.
You're coming through, and the ground's very dry, loose dirt, and you're crunching a bit more than you were in the field. You don't feel like you're being very quiet. You start to slow down, and as you look, you're coming into kind of the round middle of the town where the meeting area is, and in a building at the end of the row, out of the corner of your eye, something shifts, and you stop dead in your tracks. And you look back again, and you don't see anything anymore. Maybe it was just a curtain blowing. Maybe it was something falling from one of the shambles of the roofs. And then you make your way into the house, but you don't ever see anything after staring that way for a while.
I will just have my bow knocked but not pulled back, just kind of watching the street, waiting for them to come in.
Okay.
And I guess we're just approaching on our horses. Is following behind, or you said you tied it off?
I tied mine off. Yeah, I didn't think y'all would want to.
Okay, so your horse at the top of the hill outside the town, and they are both coming down the hill on the horse.
Unless y'all untied it.
I'd be coming on my horse, wouldn't you?
Okay, so y'all are coming down the hill on the horses. You haven't seen your friend, but you haven't heard anything. Make perception checks.
Natural 20.
Natural
Nice.
20.
Very nice.
You said perception?
Yeah.
16.
16. Okay. Marcus would see just a flash of Rafa going into the building that he said he was going into. You see just his coattails as he goes around the corner. But Seeker, always seeking.
Yeah.
He's looking a little bit further past. He saw Rafa moving into the building, and then the same thing that Rafa saw out of the corner of his eye, he sees out of the corner of his eyes. He sees something in front of a window, and then it's gone. And you continue to watch it all the way down the hill. You never see that thing again. It never comes out of the house. You never see anything go across in front of the window. Nothing there ever again.
Did you see that?
I'm not seeing anything. The place seems abandoned.
I point to the house that I saw it in.
Something inside that house.
Can I see them? No.
Yeah, they're not trying to hide, so you can see them coming down there.
I see him point off.
I'll go check it out, and I want to ride. I'm gonna move towards that house.
Okay. Are you trying to sneak? Or are you trying to?
No, I'm just walking up to the house. I guess when I get to the door, I want to try and be quiet from there.
Okay, there's a long row of houses on each side, and this one is kind of just slightly off from the others, more towards the middle, and it's slightly larger, but not much different than the rest. And okay, you approach the house. You don't see anything yet. Do you want to go in, or?
Are there any windows? Are they open?
There's one small little square window, which is where they saw something.
Not big enough
in
to
that
fit
window.
through?
No, you couldn't climb through the window. It's
Yeah, the only way
maybe
in
the
is-
size of my laptop. It's just a little peek-through window.
Okay, yeah.
And it's right next to the door going in. There's There's not really a door on a frame. These are kind of like
It's just kind of an entryway.
yeah, it's kind of like an adobe house is what you think. It's I mean a straw roof or it may even be tobacco plants for a roof, and then just dirt mud
Yeah,
houses.
it's a thatch roof.
Yeah.
Seems wasteful.
The tobacco.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try and go in through the entryway. Can
Okay.
I move in like stealthily? I guess.
Yeah, make a stealth check as you move into the house.
12 plus 4, 16.
Yeah, you're moving quietly, and as you come in, it's kind of separated into two rooms because this house is a little bit bigger, and you walk into what probably the living room maybe, and there's a couple homemade chairs, there's a table, and then there's an area where it looks like they may cook things. There's a small fire pit chimney up above it, and then there's a small divider, a room in the back. Do you want to keep moving toward the back?
Yeah, I don't see anything in this current room. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of try and sneak towards the back and
Okay.
scout it out.
As you move into the back room, it's a little bit darker back here, not as much sunlight getting in. But there's a bed on the floor, just kind of a pallet made there, and off to the right side of the room there's a board leaned against the wall, and you can kind of see light coming through the hole, and that there might be a hole in the wall behind there.
All right. Yeah. Do I see any kind of footprints, any tracks, anything?
The whole house, I mean, it's people lived here, so there's footprints all over. There wouldn't be any really discerning.
Nothing, no, really that stands out.
No, it's just that you see some that have like toes, like it's a barefoot, and then you see some that are more of a shoe print. So it's just all different types of prints,
None
all
that
running together.
None that look any different though. Just
Not really.
okay. Yeah. I guess I'll come back out of the house and come back to Seeker.
Okay.
There was nothing in there.
Strange. I definitely saw something in there.
Can I just still be? I'm not
You just
watching them.
cruising
I'm
the
watching
perimeter?
everything around
Okay,
them. I'm not
yeah.
paying attention to them.
Make a perception check.
20, not natural.
20. You're hearing the wind is getting up a bit more now, and now you realize that it's almost getting darker, and it's about midday. It doesn't seem like it should be getting darker, but it may be a storm's moving in. The clouds have covered the sun, and the temperature's kind of probably dropped 5 degrees in the last couple minutes. It seems to be cooling down. Maybe there's a storm blowing in, but the wind is now kind of blowing through the small houses and rustling around. There's a lot of noise. Nothing. You hear something and you look, but you don't ever see anything moving. Nothing alive.
Would I see which house is like head honcho's house?
Oh, the Edgar guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Like kind of a big, I guess.
there's a couple that are bigger, but none of them look any specific.
None that really resemble like a plantation house.
No,
or
nothing
anything?
like that. And he's not like these aren't just his employees. Like he works here too. This is his home. He built the place. He started the farm. It's his family that owns it, and then people come and work for him. So he's not really like a slave driver or anything. He doesn't just sit in his house and twiddle his thumbs. He's out there working. Like he's just a worker. So he doesn't seem to live any higher on the hog than anybody else in the town.
Does it look like there's a building that might be used for storage?
Yeah, at the end of the of this large courtyard, there are two slightly taller buildings, one on each side of the road. It doesn't look like they ever had a lot in them. They look very empty, and the openings to get in them are very large. They're just kind of like lean-to sheds, but you can't see into them from where you are currently.
I will come out of the place that I am then and just kind of stalk towards them and their horses. Perhaps we should check in there.
Seems as good a place as any.
So you're going into one of the sheds? Okay. You see... Make perception checks, everybody, if you're going in there.
17.
Nat 20?
Nat 20. Nat 20!
20!
It's like his third or fourth one today.
Yeah.
No, I've had some
Goodness.
good luck today.
There are some piles of tobacco plant. In one of them, the one on the right side, has some that were probably ready to ship. They're very dry. They've been there a while. And some of it is slightly burnt. It's not... doesn't look like the whole place went up. But it looked like a fire almost would have started. And then in the other side, there's some supplies, pitchforks, shovels, stuff like that in the other one, and maybe some type of chemical fertilizer or something they might use to...
Nothing out of the ordinary. It doesn't look ransacked or anything.
Not really, just burn marks here
Is
and
there any
there.
like office spaces around that might have like shipping manifestos or letters or anything like that?
I mean, just to save going through every house, every building. Out here where these two sheds are, there is a small outbuilding next to one of them, and it looks interesting. Okay. So if you want to go in there...
Yeah. So next to those sheds, there's like kind of a larger building.
No, it's actually smaller. It's just a little... It's a fully enclosed building, but it's smaller, and it's just kind of next to one of these sheds. Do you want to go in there? Okay, as you go in there, there's a desk, and there's a chair, and there's some pieces of parchment and things scattered across the top of the desk. So if you want to make an investigation
I just want to
check.
start perusing through all that, yeah.
Yeah. Can I do that too?
Sure.
I'll do it as well, I guess.
14.
You said investigation.
Yeah.
That's 19.
That is
Very good.
8.
8? Okay. You're all just kind of mixing around and looking at different things, and you see a lot of stuff is communication between Edgar and your boss. Nothing is out of the ordinary. It's just things like this shipment is ever so much. We'll send payment, things like that, or next shipment in 2 days, things like that. Nothing really out of the ordinary. There's also a couple invoices for supplies. He has a long clipboard with a tablet on there where he is keeping track of his pay to his employees. But other than that, it's pretty much...
No signs of a struggle.
No, normal stuff in here. Everything was... It looks like this place was kind of untouched.
I saw some blood when I was first arriving on the back end, and a few weapons. Nothing special, mostly farming utensils, I would say.
Makeshift weapons, maybe, where they tried to defend themselves from some attack.
But we have not seen any bodies.
You've not seen bodies, surprisingly.
You said there's something burning, though, right now?
The courtyard, in the center of the courtyard where they have a large fire pit, it was smoldering.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll...
I would like to, like, looking through that stuff, did we find just, like, his amounts that he was producing every day or every...
Yeah.
I would like to pocket that.
Okay.
What would you call that?
Ledger.
A ledger,
ledger,
yeah,
that's what
I
was
would
gonna
say,
call it,
yeah. He's got maybe like weights of the different shipments he was sending.
Yeah. Is that part of the ledger?
And number, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll head over towards that fire pit.
Yeah.
And you do notice on the ledger that the last shipment was over a week ago. Like he wasn't shipping anywhere else. He's not been using a different.
Did we receive that one according to?
Yes,
we did. Okay.
As far as you know, yes, it
Alright.
it has been received. Are you going back out into like the courtyard area?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him to the fire.
Okay. As you come back out of this building and come around a larger one to your left, and you look back toward the courtyard, you see 3 figures dragging themselves toward you rather slowly, wearing quite heavy armor, carrying shields. You can all roll history checks if you want to. I don't know that the Seeker would know.
16.
16?
14.
14?
12.
Okay. I would say you would definitely know. Rafa definitely knows that there were supposed to be guards here, because as this is a very desirable brand of tobacco, and just knowing the money that's involved, and knowing that there's always money here, Edgar has contracted a security team. And you remember that there were 3, maybe 4 of them that were supposed to be guarding this place, and now you see them.
It's Marquis armor on the.
Yeah, so it would be, and they are dragging themselves toward you.
Dragging themselves like they're hunched over or something.
They're in odd positions. Their arms are not moving normal. One is dragging his leg. They look like they're in very bad shape.
They look injured.
Definitely look injured. But the way they're moving is not human. But they're holding. One, you see a flash of his shield, and where you would have seen Marquis's crest, you see some version that has been twisted. It is no longer the crest of Marquis.
Have you ever seen this before?
You've never seen anything like this. You just see what would have been his crest is now twisted almost into like a.
It's like defaced.
Scary face.
It seems on purpose that it is kind of making an effigy of his thing.
Yeah, it's like everything that is here has been twisted on these 3 guys.
I will pull out my bow and I will aim at them. Halt! You do not seem friendly, and you have defaced Lord Marquis' symbol. State your business.
That's where we're going to end it right here. So, we hope everyone is enjoying the Isle of the Tiger.
And the thrill of the fight.
Isle of the Tiger mini campaign. And I don't know when you will be listening to this, but you will probably still be able to go to TigerSkullRPG.com and get 15% off of all STL files with the code Commoners15 in all caps. So go check out their stuff.
Check out this map, guys. It's super awesome. He has put a lot of detail into it, and I love the fabric. Like, it's like a mouse pad fabric. It feels good. It's probably going to last a long time.
Yeah, it's so
like
good.
A good quality mouse pad fabric.
And if it's not for sale yet, it will be for sale. And if you go on the Tiger Skull RPG Instagram, there are some videos and pictures of it on there. So go check it out. We might even post something about it. And we'll catch you next time. See what's happening at Tigre Tobacco Farm.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks for tuning in for this episode of the Commoners of D&D. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe to the podcast to make sure you never miss an episode, and leave us a review to help people just like you find the podcast. Also, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at The Commoners Official for news, updates, and more exclusive content.